So I'm Jennifer Thompson. I'm here in beautiful Belfast, Maine, vacationing. I'm going to answer some of your questions. The first one is, my bench is really bad compared to my squat and my deadlift. What is your advice on improving it? Oh my gosh, is that that has so many answers. Let's see. The first thing I always say to improve on your bench is look at your setup, which is really, really important. Are you squeezing your shoulder blades? Are you getting chest up? Are your legs in a good position to keep your arch? The second is always mechanics. Are you using leg drive? Are you keeping your chest up? Are you really throwing the bar off your bench, off your chest? So I think setup and mechanics are the most important things that you can improve. And then you look at how much time you actually spend on it, how much focus you actually give it, and what kind of workout you're going to it. So those would be my advices. Let's see. How do you overcome a sticking point in the bench press, more specifically right off the chest? Especially for girls, that's usually a sticking point, but it can be for everyone. I would suggest doing what we call t-shirt presses. It is a great exercise. I have a video on YouTube about it. But basically, you take the bar down to your chest as fast as you can, and then you do like a static hold on your t-shirt, not your chest. So the idea is it's hovering right here in your position. And then after about a 1 to 2 second pause, you really throw it up as fast as you can. And then you sort of reset and do it again 5 times. So t-shirt presses, I feel, are one of the best things you can do to gain strength off your chest. It'll also help if you have really good leg drive too. Oh, and you can practice your leg drive by doing pin presses. All right, what is the max weekly bench volume that you do in training? So we bench a lot, of course. That's why I get so good at it. The volume, like we work out, actually we spend about 2 days a week focused on bench, one actually being the bench day, and the other one we call a tricep shoulder day, but they're sort of bench accessories. So the volume is actually quite a lot. Most people tell me like they're ready to quit halfway through my workout. So we flat, we incline, we decline, we do some sort of upload press, then we do some sort of dumbbell or t-shirt presses, and then we fill up with some plyo push-ups. You know, it's all about burning it out. So I don't know, we do probably 5 or 6 exercises with 2 to 3 sets. Usually everything's about 5 reps. All right, recommendations on breaking through a plateau. So we have Thompson's Gym philosophy on breaking through a plateau. So normally what we feel is, force is mass times acceleration, right? So usually when your mass increases, your acceleration decreases. So that's usually when you hit the plateau. You're getting to a weight that you haven't gotten before, or it's your top end. So your reps slow down, which is decreasing your force. So when we hit a plateau on an exercise, our rule of thumb is to drop 10 to 15 pounds. Go back and really work on how fast you press the bar. So you're working on your speed, you're getting your acceleration back up. So after you get your acceleration back up, you keep babying back up to that plateau, and then before you know it, you're right past the plateau. And then you have a new plateau, but it's just higher. You're always gonna have plateaus, that's part of it, but it's what you do with the plateau. All right. What are your favorite accessory exercises for the bench? My favorite accessory exercises for the bench were t-shirt presses, which I explained earlier. I like pin lockouts, at least 6 inches, where you really want your arms at 90 degrees and press it. I love 3-board presses to really work the top end. Then I got my plyo push-ups I like. And we use the weights for keeping stable. And of course, you have to do a heavy hold. Heavy holds are the coolest because you hold a heavy weight for 15 seconds and it's giant weight and it makes you feel super strong. Let's see, how do you deal with injury and how does it affect your training? That's a good one because I've had a few of those lately. And it is it's hard on the brain. So with injury, there's a disconnect from the mind and the body. So you have to get a good PT to help you, really listen to the exercises and start low and build up and don't jump up too high. You have to give your body time to heal, which is often hard to do because there's so many fun powerlifting competitions to be in. So you gotta use your brain and not your body and into how to heal. But it takes time. Allow yourself the time. All right, do you have any advice for young powerlifters who are just getting into the sport? Well, let's see. Young powerlifters are getting into this sport at a great time because of its popularity and the wealth of information that's out there for you. So be a student of the sport. The most important thing you can do is have great form, because that keeps you from having injuries, and it puts you in the most strongest position you can be in to get strong. So be a student, learn how to squat, bench, and deadlift properly. If you can find someone to help you, that's even better. But be a student of it, and make sure that your technique is 100% great before you start really going into it hard. What is your, oh my gosh, this is hard. What is your favorite moment from your career so far? Oh my gosh, I have to say, well, it's hard to say because my career's so long. Talking about 20 plus years. One of my favorites was when I won my first Bench Worlds ever. It was, I tried for a couple years to be a bench press champion in the equipped, and so I finally got it. I think it was my third or fourth time going. But I would honestly, looking at it, I think it was Worlds, where I came back from hip surgery and came all the way down to the last deadlift, and I pulled it out for my fourth powerlifting title, and the atmosphere was magical. It was a magical moment, so I'd say that's my favorite.
Be optimistic about the future. There's no point in being pessimistic. It's just too negative. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right.
Right.
At least err on that side.
Right. Yeah.
Because if you're pessimistic, you're just going to be miserable. Enjoy the journey. You know, even if we just sort of existed as humans forever, we'd still eventually, that'd be like the heat death of the universe. Eventually it's going to end. So it really is all about the journey.